everyone, my name is Andrea. Welcome to my FlossTube video, episode 2. You can see from the intro, this is a new space. We actually just completed this area. This is our home library, and it used to be a built-in kitchenette, and I knew we just weren't going to use it as a kitchenette, and so we were running out of room for books, and we were going to get another bookcase, and I proposed to my husband, what if we rip out the kitchenette and do bookcases? And so originally we were going to do IKEA bookcases, and then the more we talked about it, the more we realized like this is our opportunity to do our dream library, our built-in library. And so we had a contractor come out and he built them. I designed them, drew out what I wanted, we consulted on the trim, the beadboard, everything, and then he built it to my specs. I knew I wanted sconces, I wanted a chandelier. This process started November, maybe even a little bit before then. I can't remember when he did the demo. I think it might have been before then. But just with delays and everything, it just, schedule-wise, it wasn't working out. And then he came to build it in January, and when it was done, we painted it. It took 6 coats. My husband did about 90% of the painting. I still have a few more places at the top, the crown molding, and the base that we have to give one more coat. So I haven't removed like the painter's tape yet. But we are thrilled with the way it came out. The inspiration was Gryffindor because we love Harry Potter, and the Gryffindor common room from the set just is so perfectly cozy to me. I also wanted it to feel like a cafe, I guess. Like a warm cafe, you know, or bookstore where you can go and just pull up a chair and read. The other thing why I wanted this is for cross-stitching, because when the kids are doing their lessons, sometimes I have time to just kind of sit, and I wanted somewhere comfortable to sit as well. We also read here every morning for our homeschool. Together, I read to the boys. A lot of these are the kids' books. They are all 4 of them avid readers, as are my husband and I. So it was just the perfect solution. When it was done, I thought, I could film there for FlossTube and YouTube and various other things. So that's what we're doing. And I wanted to go ahead and show you what I have done. I haven't made a whole lot of progress on my cross stitching because we have been so incredibly busy. We're also getting our garden bed set up, which my father-in-law built when they were here over Christmas. So we did that all day yesterday. But I do have progress to share. So I am sewing Susan Ake's little sampler from Aurifil, and I completed the entire left side. Let me hold this up here. I had started to do the pink yesterday late at night, and I was just not aligning it right, and so I thought, I'm tired, I just need to stop. But I am thrilled with how it turned out. I just can't tell you how excited I am to have learned cross-stitching finally. It's just been something I've wanted to do for so long. So this is the progress on that. I'm hoping to do this in the next couple weeks. Like, I really want to complete it in the next few weeks. And I know so many of you just stitch up these entire patterns in a week or less. But I'm dividing between lots of things, and homeschooling and cooking and quilting and pattern design. I'm working on my next quilt pattern, which is going to be inspired from our library. So I have that. But I did want to share some things that I have. So here is my project bag. I did a haul of some cross-stitch items, and I think I shared this in my FlossTube, how I organize things. But I still have 2 more that I've ordered because I am sure, like so many of you, I will eventually start maybe 1 or 2 projects, or at least have them for the future. I'm definitely a start a quilt person and finish it, although I do have a couple works in progress that I haven't completed yet from quilting. But in general, that's what I like to do, and I'm pretty sure that's how I'll be with cross stitching. But I ordered a bunch of samples from 123 Stitch. of linen because I wanted to see what it is that I would like, or what fabrics I would like, I guess I should say, because I cross-stitched on an even weave. I keep saying everweave. An even weave, I want to say it was 28 count. And then I did this linen, which is a lot looser, also 28 count. But I wanted to try different samples so I could see what I liked. And also so I could see, we'll do different colors, because part of my goal with this is to have lots of Christmas samplers, and then these small ornaments that I made. I showed them last week from, again, Susan Ake. I used her ornaments and made 2 of them, but I want to make more on these samples here. So I just picked up a nice white. This is a 36 count Zweigart. It's white Edinburgh linen fabric, and it's just a stark white, but I love it. And this actually seems to be a much better weave than the 28 count linen that I'm stitching on. That one's pretty loose, and I feel like I'm gonna like this one a lot better. Then I picked up this green one, and this is Edinburgh. I guess it's all the same, well, not the same color, but I don't know what the color is on this one. It's a Zweigart also. These are 16th yards. I had no idea you could buy this little piece of fabric, but I love that. So I got a green one, and then I got a big white one. This one is a Zweigart quarter yard, 36 count, because I thought, you know, if there's another big sampler I want to do, I want to be able to have a large piece. And probably I could do 2 of them on here, depending on the size of the sampler. And then I got this, also dolphin linen fabric, 16th, a Weeks Dye Works. I love this color, and I've heard so many good things from you guys about Weeks Dye, that they just have these gorgeous colors, and I agree. This, it's not like a gray, it's a gray blue, which I love colors that you're like, is it gray or is it blue? I really like that. And then I did get a very gray, like a cool gray, blue Edinburgh Zweigart 36 count. And again, I just feel like these could be, I want to have a stash of linen fabric, so that way when I do want to pull out a sampler or a cross stitch, like, I'll have selections. Finally, I got this medium, or it's cut off minimum Edinburgh linen fabric. It's a beige, nice classic beige, kind of similar to my chair, a little bit more tan perhaps, but again, a 36 count. And I haven't stitched on 36 count, but I can see them perfectly fine. I have pretty good vision, so I don't think that'll be a problem. And just from the feel and looks of it, the tighter weave I think is going to work much better for me. I also went to a cross stitch store in Zionsville, Indiana, and it's called Persnickety Stitches. Loved it so much. Oh, I had no idea that cross stitch stores existed, and it was just a ton of fun. So I picked up Christmas ornaments. This is a magazine that was a special holiday issue from 2021, and it's Persnickety Stitchers. Sorry, that's what it's called. I love this because it had 60 projects inside, but the goal is for me to have tons of ornaments for my Christmas tree, because I put up a Christmas tree in the sewing area, and I wanted to just cover it in handmade cross-stitched ornaments. So I loved that this had tons of different options and tons of different varieties as far as finishing. Like, they had the little felt on the side, the snowman's peeking in. Definitely a whole bunch of projects in here. Here is the magazine that I bought, and I had no idea there were special cross-stitch magazines. This one was from Christmas Ornaments 2021, so this was last Christmas, and I've always purchased magazines that are Christmas oriented, whether it's decor or Christmas decorations or home baking, and so this one was no different. I absolutely loved how there's just so many different options in here. Right off the bat, one that I want to make is this little snowman. I think that's so cute. And then I'm pretty particular about some of the barn ones because I don't have a farmhouse. So I don't want to have things too farmhousey. But this one reminds me of the farm red barn that is right next to us. And we met this sweet gentleman and he gave my kids a tour of his farm and let us ride on the corn combine during harvesting. It was pretty special. So I love that that looks very close to his barn. Like I said, there are a ton of patterns in here. So I'm just super excited to be able to pick some and collect yet another magazine because I save all my special ones that I really enjoy from home decor and Christmas. And so I think I'll be doing that with cross stitch as well. And then I ordered this as well from 123 Stitchers, or 123 Stitch. Blackbird Designs, which I've heard from a lot of you that these are another brand that I'll love. Like I fell in love with Prairie Schooler, and people told me if you love Prairie Schooler, you're gonna love Blackbird Designs. This one I picked up is called Home for the Holidays, and it really has a lot of different patterns in here and options, and they do have miniature stockings, which I thought was fun. I had never seen mini stockings, but I think those are cute to hang on the tree. And the sampler that I'm doing now by Susan is it's called Christmas Quaker, and it has a lot on there. It's a very full sampler. Some of these stockings I think are pretty low key, so I'm hoping I'll be able to go. And I'm finding that as I continue to stitch, I'm just getting faster. I completed the bottom part of the sample here in just a few minutes yesterday. I was watching Lord of the Rings with my son and it was fast. So the other one, Winds of Autumn. So the two seasons I love the most are the fall, autumn, and winter, so Christmas stuff. And I love these ones too, and especially the sampler on the back. I just think that is super, super cute. So I can't wait to do that. Also, there are other projects which I never even thought that you could do with cross stitch. Like this little pin holder. Isn't that so cute? I love that. So there's a ton of different things. Here is the Winds of Autumn book by Blackbird Designs. And this is the sampler that really drew me. The project that I was talking about, I didn't even realize you could do, is this little pin holder. But how cute is that? I just think the whimsy. And of course the initial samplers. These are the sort of pieces I find in antique shops all the time. And it's pretty exciting, the thought that I am going to get to make these sorts of samplers myself now. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna commit to as far as thread. I love the idea of the DMC sampler box. That box is just so beautiful. And I have a lot of Christmas DMC threads, so we'll just see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. And again, a lot of you have said Weeks Dye Works is amazing, and then just the specialty threads. When we went into Persnickety Stitchers, I was amazed at the floss selection. It was incredible how many specialty flosses there were. Here is a close-up of the book. This stocking is kind of what drew me in because there's a couple of options for them, and they're smaller, so they're a lot faster to stitch, but they'll make a big statement on a Christmas tree, I think. And she has a couple of options in here. Also the tiny little pillows, I just think that's adorable to hang from a tree. And then a close-up of the different pattern as well. I absolutely love that there are a ton of patterns within this book, and that it's kept nice and neat in a book for me. I love to keep things organized, and this is just completely ideal for me. Let's see, what else? I think that's it. So I am probably gonna be ordering a few more samples because I want to get a few larger ones, so I'll have that stash ready. And then next week, hopefully this week, I will be filming how I'm gonna make my ornaments, because I found some watches that I think I showed in my first video that I'm gonna use for the ornaments. So I'll get those made, and I will show you what I am doing with those. So thank you for watching today. This is gonna be where I'll be from here on out. And I have to say, I did stitch here this week. So peaceful. I just loved it. It just felt so good being surrounded by books and the lighting, and I could just sit, and it was calm and peaceful and quiet. So I look forward to filming here and hanging out with you guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good week.